Excuse me. Character, could you... Character, could you look up at the screen? The screen. Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video. So, today, I will be doing a how-to guide to make realistic roleplays. This has been on my, my list since I've started to get a bit better at realistic roleplays, and I am very excited to do this. But, yeah, I don't know what I was going to say. Anyway, the reason I'm doing this is because one of my favorite small YouTubers, Catherine Rabbit Garden, shout out to her by the way, she just made her first realistic roleplay, and we were chatting in the comments and stuff, and then she was like, I've watched lots of guides on like how to make realistic roleplays, which made me think of this, because I kind of forgot. But anyway, thank you. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. So basically, the first thing you want to do is get a realistic outfit. This is not realistic. So the first thing we want to do is get a realistic outfit. So depending on what type of video you're going to be doing is the sort of outfit that you're looking at. So I'm just going to do something nice and simple, and I'm going to go with, say, a trail ride vlog. And usually I like to look back on some of my other videos to see what saddle pads I wear, and usually I wear a saddle pad like this, or my other shorter saddle pad, which is... there it is. I like to wear that one too, that's one of my faves. So that works well. And I've worn that in past videos. Another thing you want to look out for is the bridle. Sometimes, depending on if you're riding English or Western, depends on what bridle you're wearing. So, the important thing with saddles is you want to wear a saddle that looks like this or this. Any of, those types of saddles. Because you don't really want to be wearing something like that. Once again, I guess you can, but the types of saddles that they just fit our characters better, personally. So yeah. I'm not very good at this, I'm really not. But the next thing you want to look for is a shirt, a jumper, a t-shirt, anything like that. You don't want anything too fancy like that. Or who wants to wear a tunic while horse riding? Or even worse, a dress while horse riding. So you just want a nice simple shirt. And of course, a nice simple black helmet. Well, it doesn't have to be black. Don't mind my earrings, I'm not bothered to take them off. Of course, if I was doing a realistic roleplay, I would, but I'm not going to. Also, consistency is good. So if you're looking to post another one, you have to make sure you have the same hairstyle, because it's not very consistent if you don't do that. And don't use a different horse every single time, change the name every single time, because that's not consistent. And if you're not doing a realistic roleplay with other people, then I suggest you use my little trick. It makes everyone disappear because no one likes to see people. Yeah, it's just too hard. So anyway, that's the first step. And now, look at this. Oh, beautiful. Why is there a countdown to New Year's? That's really strange. Anyway, the next step is to pick a location. Depending on what type of video, once again, you're doing, it varies, the location. I'm just gonna go somewhere close to my home stable. Oh yeah, also, by the way, you can show your warm-up if you want. You gotta do a few laps of walking, basic circles, stuff like that. So what you would usually do, if I were to actually make a mini realistic roleplay now, editing me will actually edit this and show you what it would look like. but I'll also have a bit. So it'll just be really short, you know, very basic, stuff like that. You can show your horse being tacked up, but that's not a must. You don't have to do that. So basically, let's go lead. And yeah. And if you're not going to be using your hands, then I also suggest that you turn your user interface off. Makes it easier for editing. Oh, and see this thing here? So that thing, basically what it does is, so if we walk our horse over here, and if we could go to open the gate, oh, I can't because, okay. So you see that little E? Yeah, you want to make sure that show interaction UI is off, and then we'll go hide user interface. Usually I like to turn the snow off because stuff stable snow is kind of annoying, but apart from that, we're all good. So basically, depending on where your home stable is, so a lot of things in realistic roleplays just depend on where you are and what you're doing, but what we would do is we would walk Bailey up here, and then come along, and I've just realized I've done something stupid. Okay, let me just quickly escape. Sometimes you have to do this, it's okay. So then you'll get in here, and you'll just lead your horse over somewhere where you can just tie him or her up to a little fence. I'm really noob at making these videos. Well, I'm not that bad at making realistic roleplays, but making tutorial videos is not my strong suit. Anyway, so now that you've done that, you're going to want to mount, then dismount, then cut that bit out and put it in reverse. I'm Sydney. I'll show you the edited version after, but yeah. And then you're just going to want to walk your horse out and then do a few laps of walking. It's a very slow process, trust me. I do it a lot and then end up cutting most of it out. But it's good to make sure that you get different shots and make sure that your horse has a sort of personality. Like I mentioned in one of my videos, Bailey likes to stick close to the fence, so I'll have Bailey sticking close to the fence. And, of course, if your horse is one that usually likes to bolt, then if you bring it around in a smaller circle, then it's forced to go back into a walk, which is also another realistic thing. You know, you bring it around into a circle, and, you know, horses can't circle that fast, otherwise they'd have to do a circle that was a lot bigger, obviously like that, rather than like that. So, if you were to bring them around in a very small circle, then that would force them to go slower. So, yeah, that's that bit. Anyway, I'll just cut out a few more laps of walking, and then you can do some trotting, and finally, you know, once you've done your trot, you can come out of the arena and then go to your location, wherever it is. Also, you guys, I have a quick question. So, with my realistic roleplays, would you prefer if I talked right through the video, um, like you might do in real life, instead of putting like some montages in and putting some music over it? Or would you prefer, you know, like I put some montages in with some music? Or obviously like a normal video where you just talk over the whole entire time? Please let me know, because I was thinking I might just talk over the whole entire time, but I want your opinion because I don't want to talk your ears off. Anyway, now that you're in your location, you can walk your horse. Make sure to get a few different shots. I like to personally get the feet a lot, and then you can zoom it right in. And then what I like to do is I like to get my settings and then go graphics. Whoopsie, not graphics. Game. And then I like to change my field of view. So we'll zoom it right in there. And then for this bit, you'll just go like that. Like so. For a little bit. Sometimes I like to throw a bit of, first person mode in there. Because that's always fun. People like that. Pretty realistic. Like if you had a thingy on your helmet, make sure not to zoom it in too much because you can still kind of see the saddle. Oh, and if your user interface is on, then you got to make sure that you zoom out a little bit more. Otherwise, your horse might get cut a bit. So I personally, do this. And if you're going over jumps, I would not recommend using first person mode because it is very confusing. Anyway, we can pick it up to a trot now, get a few different shots of the scenery, stuff like that. Because, all of this is very fun, very cute. And finally, I'm obviously not putting much effort into this because it's just a tutorial, whereas, it can take me a very, very, very long time if I were to actually try. Some YouTubers, do this for hours and hours. Personally, I prefer not to film with people because it's very difficult and very annoying and time-consuming because people make mistakes. Whereas if I make a mistake, then I can just cover it up like it was meant to be there. Done that before. So yeah.
Is anybody listening to the sound? When the world is dark and desolate, do you take a stand to help of it? Take all that you have and give it away. Somebody can spare that extra weight. No reason to fill up your life with things that you hate. Impervious, take off the mask and let us see. Show us what lies underneath. Peppermint on your tongue, feels so good. Running from the problems you had, it fades away. You can't stay awake. Why is there pain? Why is there sadness? Why is there good? Why is there madness? Don't believe all you see. Don't be deceitful. We're not made of gold. Fill up our minds, we'll be worth the knowledge. You're not made of gold. Fill up your mind, you'll be worth the knowledge. I'm not made of gold. Fill up my mind, I'll be worth the knowledge. They're not made of gold. Fill up their minds, they'll be worth the knowledge they hold. Do you got something to say? Let it out. Do you got something to say?
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed. And if you like this video, then please, if you haven't already, consider subscribing, as it truly does make my day and help out my channel because, small channels. And yeah, also consider boop-ing the like button if you enjoyed the video, because that shows me that you have enjoyed this so I can make more videos like this. See you guys next time. Bye!